I mean, it would have just been the high points. It would take a whole lot to get this driveway passable, I think. I don't even know how much gas is in it. You can kind of see it didn't even do anything here. See where it kind of skidded there on the edges. You know, my main concern's that big hill. But it's ice underneath this fresh snow. When you can see that in several parts of the video. Like right here. Right here. You see where it cut that top off of there. All ice. Oh, that's kind of slippery. All ice. That's kind of what happened. We got all that rain on top of all that deep snow. And then we got hit with that Arctic air. And it basically just took all that slushy snow and froze it. If I thought the Jeep could get up that hill, I could use the DR power grader, and those scarification teeth might actually cut through the ice. I'm gonna have to figure out something, because tomorrow's my last day off work. The tracks that you're seeing from the ATVs in the snow we got yesterday, we got about 2 inches. So you can't even really tell, you know, where the ATV was digging in at, because I just barely had it touching in certain spots, like high spots. It did seem like it broke them up pretty good though. Like you can see right there, where it knocked off the top of that. I'm almost afraid to drive too much on this driveway too, because that's why I didn't go down that big hill, because it does have this fresh snow on top of the ice, and that, believe it or not, will give me a little bit of traction in the Jeep if I have to take the Jeep out of here Wednesday morning. It's Monday right now, about 3 or 4 p.m. I've been outside working, trying to get so much done. That plow assembled, hoping that FedEx would bring me the winch. Working on the Jeep, taking care of the animals, keeping an eye on my water lines so the water pipes don't freeze up. I need to look at the neighbor's ATV. It's at the end of the driveway, broke down. That's what I was actually going out to do. But then I got to that big hill and I was like, nope, I don't think the ATV will make it up that hill. When I turned around, I was like, oh, I gotta at least lower the blade a little bit and see what it does. And that's kind of how we got to this video right now. It wasn't planned. I just couldn't resist trying. You can kind of see that's all ice. Like, look, when you step it, don't even squash it down. It's several inches deep, the tire tracks. It's just all hard ice. I hadn't even really seen any like big spots that it cleared out. I thought that, you know, I had the ATV tires down in the tire track on one side, and then the other side would have been raised up. I just don't really know what to do. I need to go to work. I don't like to miss work. I don't know. I don't want to walk this whole driveway. It's a mile long, and I only did like a little bit of it. I just don't think the ATV will take it down past the ice. The plow, I don't think it's not really made for that. I end up tearing up the ATV or tearing up that new plow. Would be my guess. See, even when you move out of the way, that is still ice. Still ice under it. Kind of the other problem too is this driveway don't really have very good drainage, so when that snow started melting, you get these big pools of water, which is kind of like what you're seeing right here. This is a bad section down through here. Big pools of water, and then all those just froze over too. You'll see it right up here plain as day. See that? Just ice. Ice, ice, and more ice. If the ATV winch would come in, so I could like operate the winch while I'm moving, whereas this manual boat winch thing, I'd have to, you know, get off, adjust it, get back on. See that ice? That's the way the whole driveway is. Right up here is where I started with the plow. There's a turnaround spot up here. When I use the gravel grader, I turn around up here. I mean, really what it boils down to is I just didn't get the plow in time. I didn't get the winch in time. By the time I got it, the snow was already too wet to do anything with. And then I just got the plow built and installed on the ATV today. But the winch is 5 days behind with FedEx. Right here I think is where I turned around and set the plow down right here. You can't even really tell where it cut anything. Probably about right here is where I set it down at. Man, I almost feel like I should just go ahead and go to the end of the road and because I'm pretty close to there now. I mean, another 5 or 10 minutes. Yeah, I just don't really think I'll get out in the Jeep. I mean, it does really good on snow, but it don't do very good on ice. That's kind of the problem. I think I might maybe wait until tomorrow and look at the neighbor's ATV for them. Maybe I can come up with some way to use that plow with that manual winch and make it effective on this ice. If the Jeep could get traction, I could pull the driveway grader to maybe break the ice up and then use the plow to plow it out of the way. I don't really know. I'm kind of like out of ideas, thinking out loud. Up here's probably where I stopped, because it would just get stupid slippery on this hill. There's one saving grace right there. I do see some gravel right there in that one tire rut from Saturday, but you can see it's at the top of the hill and not anywhere down through here. Put my ATV key in my pocket. I'm afraid I'm going to drop it. Take my glove off for a minute. Sorry, this camera's so shaky. This is basically the tall hill where I've been posting a lot of videos of the Jeep getting in and out of. There's a little bit of gravel right there, but it ain't much. A little bit of gravel right there, but it ain't much either. Might not take much. But then it turns to ice. See it there? A lot of rabbit tracks. A little bit of ground right there. I kind of need to get out in the Jeep because I don't know if I could maybe. I mean, here's what I'm afraid of. My truck broke down a couple weeks ago. The Jeep's the only transportation I got. If I wreck the Jeep, I'm screwed. Oh, it's all, I feel my feet sliding under this snow now. This is where like water would pool at the bottom of this hill on both sides. Kind of see it's ice right there. So like where I just walked is all ice under my feet. You can kind of see it's all ice right here. That's probably pretty deep. I'm kind of guessing that's a few inches deep right there, if that was broke through. There's the hill going up. You can't tell it, but it actually goes way up higher than what it's showing right there. That's only about halfway. What looks like the top of it is only about halfway up because it kind of levels out, but it's still going up. I mean, technically it's uphill all the way to the stop sign at the end of the road. It's just the driveway is always kind of like the hardest part because it's the steepest part. And then of course once you get to the asphalt, the county takes care of that. Yep, that's just ice. You can kind of see the tire tracks under the snow. Whoa, that's slippery ice too. Man, I might be snowed in for a few days after the weather warms up. See how deep it is? For reference, it comes up to and about midway up between my heel and my knee. I knew this was going to be in bad shape because up by my house, I tried to build a V-plow, and I got about 200 feet of the driveway done with a V-plow before it broke into pieces. And then I tried to use the driveway grader, which also is down by where my house is at. But by the time I got to here, the Jeep couldn't pull it up the hill with the blade down, so I had to raise the blade. And even though I pulled it up the hill, it was struggling. So I only made 2 passes because I was afraid I was going to wreck. Let's see how deep that is. There might be some saving grace in those ruts cut out like that, because it would be really hard for the Jeep to actually go in either ditch, because it would try to hit those walls and maybe stop it. I hate this driveway. Here I am in as good a shape as I am, struggling to walk up this hill. Again, sorry about the camera. I'm just rambling, walking the driveway, showing you guys what I got to deal with tomorrow. Still ice under this. Kind of see the tire tracks. Snow in a Jeep is no problem. It's the ice that complicates things. Now there's a little bit of leaves there. Technically, that's not even the driveway right there where those tracks are at, but I think what happened was the Jeep started to slide over this way and I just kept it going. So you can kind of see the driveway's technically more over that way. But once we made the path, The neighbors got out Saturday and went to Mexico. I wish they would have taken me with them. Hopefully they bring some warm weather back. So you can kind of see we're still going uphill a long ways. I don't really know. I don't think the Jeep will make it out. I'll be honest with you. I think the ATV would have a hard time getting up this hill. But I'm almost at where their ATV's at. They were using their ATV to get to the end of the driveway. And then, I don't know if they borrowed a car or what they did, but they had a car. They leave parked up here. And then they take the ATV back to their house. And then when they would leave, they'd take the ATV from the house to the car. There's a little bit of gravel right there that don't have ice on it. But that's almost all the way to the top of the hill. Huh. Dog tracks, coyote tracks. Rabbit tracks. Look like some cat tracks in there too. Whoa! I nearly fell on that ice. See, now we're the road's right up here. You can kind of tell where the road starts. A little bit of dirt here, but it don't do me too good for the hills. I'm gonna shut this off. I'm almost at the end. You can kind of tell this is just solid ice. Look, I'm walking across this. That's deep. That's probably 4 or 5 inches deep. There's the mailboxes. Let me shut this off. I'm gonna look at their ATV and then head back and try to figure out what to do tomorrow. Of course, I got gloves on. My phone don't work, so couldn't press stop.